I want to say good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yes.
Good evening.
And I want to welcome you to 30 minutes interactive session with Grace Ojo. We are kicking off this year. This is the first edition this year. I want to say thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you so much for joining me. We started this program last year, precisely September 1st. We started September 1st last year. And for those that have been following me on this program, I believe you can see my slide. Can you see my slide?
Not yet.
Okay. I want to share it. I actually want to share it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me share the slide first. Oh, let me come back. Share screen. Okay. I believe you can see the screen now. It's coming up. I've shared it. Can we see the slide now?
Okay, it's coming.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank God.
Yeah, just like I was saying, I said the program starts. I started this program last year on the 1st of September 2021. And ever since, because I'm trying to go live on Facebook too, and people are joining. So ever since we started since 1st of September last year, it's been very interactive and inspiring and educating. And just like I always emphasize it, that the purpose, the objective, the primary objective of the program is to provide solutions to the knowledge gap within the insurance industry, to enhance the credibility of the insurance services, and to demystify the complexities of claim processing. And you will agree with me, if you have been following me on this program, that we have been doing justice to that. So today I want again, for those that are just joining me, I want to say Happy New Year, and I wish us a successful year 2022 by the mercy of God. Today I want us to kick off on the note of looking through how to enjoy quality medical care through insurance. This is a new year. We need to take good care of our health. As well, yes, you know, at the beginning of every year, everybody wants to make money. It's new hope, it's new aspiration. Oh, this year it will be good. This year I will be better than last year and all that. Our hope, most times, our hope, our minds are always on to make money, on to work harder to make money. We don't always look at what happens to our health. So, but today I want us to go through how we can enjoy quality medical care through insurance. You know, so many people, some people, their lives have been cut short because at the time they need to go to the hospital or they need to pay medical bills for their health to be attended to, maybe at that time they do not have money. And you know, in trying to run helter-skelter, before you know it, they don't know. I mean, the whole thing is they are looking for money, and you know, at times, but doctors will say, "Oh, if there is no money, there won't be the patient will not be attended to." But if such people have had, please let's mute our mind so that we will not hear the background noise. If such people have had medical insurance in place, I mean, such ordeal might not have befallen them. So that is why we'll be looking at the cover, what medical insurance cover this evening. Now let's look at medical expenses insurance. Mostly, no, it's one of the benefits that employees enjoy in course of employment. But even if you are not underpaid employment, that doesn't mean you cannot put on medical expenses insurance for yourself. You know, not so many organizations, yes, I mean, they can organize such through, that is what we call this through HMO, health medical organizations. So many of the insurance, they do such, I mean, organizations, they arrange it for their employees, so that once you just need to go to the hospital, you just go to the hospital, don't need to pay because your company has affected the insurance for you. So, but even if you are not under paid employment, you can still enjoy these benefits. You can still enjoy the benefits of medical expenses insurance. It is open to both individual and groups. So you can pick up medical expenses insurance in some of these insurance companies, so that it will, by the time you need to go to the hospital, whether you have money or not, you just walk into the hospital, doctors will you'll be attended to, doctors will attend to you, you'll be treated. You don't need to pay at that point. You may not even have the money at that point, but you will still enjoy, I mean, good medical care. Now let's look at standard policy cover. Let's look at standard policy cover. When you effect medical expenses insurance, I mean, as a patient, as in you can walk in, when you need medical attention, when you need to visit hospital, no, you are not thinking of, oh, I don't have money. How much would they be charging me? I don't have money, so I cannot go to the hospital. No, that wouldn't be your own. You wouldn't have to worry about whether you have money or not before you enter hospital, and for you to be attended to medically. So the general consultation, the specialist consultation, when drugs are prescribed to you, you don't need to worry that, oh, I don't have money to buy drugs. No. Or when you need to do some basic radiological studies, you need to do X-ray, you don't need to pay for it because you have done the insurance. That is the beauty of when you have insurance. You don't, because most times people fail to go to the hospital because they don't have money. And it's just, when we talk about insurance, the objective of insurance is that you pay premium. The premium is always very small compared to the cover you enjoy. That is how insurance is. So when you pick up medical expenses insurance, when you are sick, you don't need to be worried about whether you have money or not. You will still be attended to. You will still enjoy the quality medical attention, and even you need to get the drugs. You'll be able to. The drugs will be provided for you. That is the essence of having medical care, medical insurance cover. Now let's look at policy exclusion. The exclusions are when you have pre-existing medical condition, it's not covered. Now let's say maybe you know that an ulcer patient, you have already been diagnosed of ulcer, then you now go and pick it. That policy will not cover that ulcer again. Why is it so? You know, when we started this program, when we started about from the fundamentals, and when I was laying the foundation of insurance, I made us understand that insurance does not cover deliberate loss or deliberate loss, but it is what you do not expect. Unfortuitous loss is what insurance cover. So that is why insurance, you buy insurance before loss occur. When you not have the loss, you cannot get insurance to buy. So that is why pre-existing medical condition is an exclusion. But if on your own, you know that you are not, because I mean, you can be sick at any time. But if by the time you are not sick, then you have picked up the cover against when the sickness will occur, against when you will need medical attention. So that is when you do insurance. You effect insurance cover on yourself before the loss occurs. It's cut across every form of insurance, be it general insurance, be it indemnity insurance, be it benefit cover insurance. No, we have talked about benefit policy and indemnity policy. It's cut across all boards. So you do insurance when the loss has not occurred. So, but in medical expenses insurance, if you are already not seeing a pre-existing medical condition, it will be an exclusion. I hope you can relate with what I'm discussing this evening. Now, 20 days exclusion, as in 20 days, when you effect a medical expenses, the first 20 days, is excluded because it is expected that maybe because maybe you just know that you have taken you now have this sickness, now quickly go and do it. Insurance is not when you already have it that you now quickly do it. So within that 20 days, it's want to be established that it should be established that you have not had that medical condition. So the first 20 days is excluded when you effect medical expenses insurance. Now, self-inflicted injury, that's a deliberate act, and insurance does not cover deliberate acts. Unorthodox medicine, what Yoruba people will call agbo, herbs, and all that. Maybe you want to go and visit what they will call Ile Alago, as they have place. Maybe they now ask you to this is the money you have to pay for it. Your medical expenses insurance will not cover that. I hope you can relate to that. So unorthodox medicine is not covered. It's an exclusion under medical expenses insurance. The induced abortion, if you now induce abortion, maybe you want to get rid of your abortion, your medical expenses will not cover it, because abortion is not a legalized practice. Then cosmetic surgery or treatment. Maybe you are to do, you want to, like some women, they want to beautify their face or something like that. Cosmetic surgery, if it's not surgery that is related to medical condition, but it's just for you, maybe for beauty or whatever it is, such is not covered under medical expenses insurance. The infectious or contagious disease in an epidemic. We know that when in an epidemic, the epidemic is the fundamental risk. It's not what insurance covers. So it's a policy exclusion. For those of you watching me on Facebook Live, I want to say good evening and Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me. Now let's look at, policy. Okay, now let's look at the categories of medical expenses insurance we have. Under medical expenses insurance, we have them in category. We have the bronze cover, the silver cover, gold cover, and platinum cover. This category signifies the limits of cover. Now, like the bronze is not as expensive as silver cover. Silver cover is not as expensive as gold cover, and gold cover is not as expensive as platinum cover. These categories, it depends on what you can afford. So when you need more clarification on that, you can reach out to me at info@graceojoblog.org, or reach out to us at info@Bimbo Consultancy Services. We'll give you, if you need cover medical expenses insurance, we will let you know what it depends on your capability, your capacity. Based on your capacity, you'll be given cover, but everyone can access medical expenses insurance. So it depends on what you are looking at, what your capacity is, your financial capacity. So you can go for bronze, you can go for silver, you can go for gold, or you can go for platinum cover. So it depends. So the essence of this medical expenses insurance is for you not to be stranded as at the time you need medical attention. So many people have lost their lives because maybe the time they need medical attention, they do not have money and nobody's there to attend to them. But you can save yourself such hurdle by projecting ahead. It's not because you are thinking negative to yourself. No. When you pick insurance, people think when they pick insurance, they are thinking negative. No, it's not because you are expecting negative to happen to you. That's why you are doing insurance. But it's for you to have that peace of mind that just in case, insurance is in case it happens. And if it does not happen, you still give thanks to your God. But if it happens, you are not running helter-skelter. You have made provision ahead of time to cater for your health, for your medical expenses. So it's not when you now need the medical attention that you now be thinking of money or you be looking for money. So this is a new year 2022, as we are planning for so many things, as we are planning of so many projects we want to achieve. Let's put our health into consideration. Let's set aside, let's plan ahead that, oh, let me secure a medical expenses insurance. So anytime I need medical attention, it's not that time I will not be looking for money to attend to my medical condition. I hope we can all relate with all this. Because of our time, it's just 30 minutes interactive session with Grace Ojo. I want to stop here and let's have some questions. Please, it's time to ask your question. If you want any clarification on what we have discussed with you today on medical expenses insurance, please, this is the time now. Thank you very much. I want to acknowledge those watching me on Facebook. Maki, thank you for joining me. Sunday Jimon and so many others that are looking at me and watching this program on Facebook. So it's time for questions. Please ask your question. It's 30 minutes interactive session with Grace Ojo. And the essence of this is for you to clarify every of your, doubts about insurance. Even if it's not, if the question is not related to what I've discussed with you tonight, you can even still ask. Maybe you have some doubts, you have some things to clarify. You can still go ahead and ask the question. I'm listening. It's question time. Okay. Mr. Peter, please unmute your mic and ask your question. I think I have, okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, madam, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Thank
we
you for
really
joining
enjoyed
me on
your. Okay, you're welcome. We really enjoyed your program last year, and we are very happy to also join you this year.
Thank you, sir.
May God continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
Okay.
We can't hear you, sir. We have lost your voice.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, so my question is, what is the difference between the insurance that you are talking about and the one that we do through all this HMO? For instance, my own firm, we have our subscription to HMO, one of the HMO's health management organization in Nigeria. So what is the difference between the one you are talking about and the one of this HMO? This health management organization, I know they are not insurance company, though they do similar things like insurance company do. But the one you are talking about, what's the difference between the medical insurance done by this HMO and the one that insurance company will do? That's one. Then number two is in terms of coverage. all these HMOs, they will tell you that if you pay so and so, your coverage will be for standard. Some people are on platinum, some people are gold, and you pay different premium on these different types of products that they have. But regarding the one that can be done with insurance company, so how do they define what you are going to be covered for, and what would be their own criteria? Because for these HMOs, we have the family one, we have the single one, and subject to maximum of 4 members of the family. So the one for insurance company, how did they arrive at their home? Then number 3 is this, that for the medical insurance that you are talking about with the insurance company, I understand that we still have some life products. Will these medical insurance come under life products for insurance company, or what is the structure of the product for medical insurance in the insurance industry? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter, for your question. I will take it one after the other. Yes, the HMO that you're talking about, the health medical, the health management organization, is an organization that is overseeing the medical expenses insurance, because it is the same thing. You know that when your organization do that HMO for you, you are as an employee of that organization, when you need when you walk into the hospital that your company has registered you with, you know, you are attended to and you are not paying. So that is what I'm explaining. It is medical expenses insurance, but it is being organized under that umbrella of health management, the HMO, the health management organization. Do you understand? So that HMO that organizations effect that the organizations pick up for their employee is health medical expenses insurance. That is why when I was starting this presentation, I said for those who are not under paid employment, that doesn't mean that they cannot enjoy medical expenses insurance. They too can pick it up as an individual. But if you are on underpaid employment that your organization has organized HMO for you, which is the same thing as this medical expenses insurance, because when you need to visit hospital, you visit the hospital, you don't pay again from your own pocket because you have HMO. What that means is that you have medical expenses insurance. I hope you understand how I'm explaining it. So that is what it means. Then even if your organization is saying, because it depends on the category that the organization is speaking for you. Let's say your organization is speaking, maybe some organization, they will say it's only their employee that they are covering, that they do not cover the family of the employee. So if the organization does not cover your family, if it's only you the organization cover, you can go ahead and effect medical expense insurance to cover your family, so that anytime you need to take your spouse or your children to the hospital in the course of the insurance year, you wouldn't have to pay, because you would have effected medical expenses insurance for them. I hope you can relate with that, sir. Then the category is what I've explained by saying they have it as a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Different companies use different, some can say standard and whatever it is, but we have it as gold, platinum, bronze, and silver. So it depends on what's your capacity. It depends on your capacity that will determine what you have, with the cover you want to effect. Then your last question, you said, is it the same thing as the life insurance or something? I can't remember the last question. If I can, please, can you ask the last question or something? You said, Mr. Peter.
Okay. What I said, yes, what I said was that this medical insurance you are talking about, do we have a product like that under life insurance product for insurance company?
Okay,
Or is this still the same thing? That's the question.
Yes, okay. No, life insurance is not covering medical expenses. Yes, this medical expenses insurance is also a benefit policy. You remember when we discussed about benefit policy and the policy of indemnity? Is like medical expenses is also benefit policy, but it's not life insurance. Do you understand my are you okay with that clarification, sir?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Fatai Adegbero, you are raising up your hand. Please, you have the floor now, sir.
Good evening, madam, and
Good evening,
happy
sir.
New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year. I just want to add one or two things to what you said.
Okay, sir.
Regarding your responses to the question asked by Mr. Peter.
Okay, sir.
One, the HMO cover you have or taken up on your behalf by your employer the benefit depends on your status, on your position, not on your medical needs. So if a manager, your level, the class.
Your internet is fluctuating, sir.
Benefit will be different from somebody who is a clerk or a junior officer, and that of the top management will be different. So it may not meet all your medical needs because it's not all diseases that are covered. That can be wider. Wow, better. I don't know whether you are hearing. Is it better? Yeah. Hello, is it better?
Okay, it's getting better now.
Oh, okay. Let me start all over again.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
The cover provided by HMO or taken up on your behalf by your employer depends on your status, your position in the office.
Yes.
If you are a clerk, your benefit or the class will be given be very low. If you are middle management, that could be higher or wider. And likewise, top management. What I mean by that is that the one be provided by HMO may not be enough to meet your medical needs or expenses when there is need for it. Hence, you need medical insurance to give you the necessary cover that you may need. Because the one being provided by HMO might not meet all your medical requirements because there are limitations there. So hence, you need to have the medical policy. The medical policy may be part of a policy, existing policy, just like the personal accident cover or group personal accidents. And depending on what you feel your requirements or your need might be, it can be 1 million, it can be 2 million, it can be 3 million, if you can afford the premium. And it can be a stand-alone policy. So that is necessary for us to have it, because some might say that under the HMO that they don't cover specific ailment like stroke or BP or diabetes, whereas your medical policy might be wider enough to accommodate this, or even give you the opportunity to be flown abroad. So some of our people have it to take care of their medical needs when the need arises. So that's the little I want to add. Sorry for the frustration.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have another person who wants to ask question? We are receiving signal that our time is rounding up, but I can still accommodate one more question. Do we have another person who wants to ask question? So if you do not have another person who wants to ask question, this is a new year, the year has started. Please let's write down And always help me share the link with your contacts so that more people can join and get to know more about this program. 30-minute interactive session with Grace Ojo. We started it September last year and we'll continue it this year by the grace of God. So the primary objective is to bridge the knowledge gap in the insurance industry. Lots of people, they don't know they don't know that tremendous things are happening in the insurance industry. So for you to be a beneficiary of what goes on in the insurance industry, you need to be aware of it. You need to know about it, then you can participate. I want to say thank you very much for those who have joined me this evening. And next week is another time, same time next week, between 5:30 and 6 p.m. every Wednesday. And if you want to reach out to me, my contact is on the screen. Kindly do so. I really appreciate every one of us. I wish you all successful 2022. And I say all that we are looking up to God for, it will be your portion. And as we work hard, more blessings will come to us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone. Good evening, everyone. Meet you next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Madam Fotoyigo, good evening, ma, and Happy New Year.
Good evening,
Omotola Dayo,
Thank you very
Happy New
much.
Year.
God bless you.
Oyojo, Peter Adebola, Mr. Fatai, Mr. Folorunshaw, who else have I not called? Thank you everyone for joining me. For those of you on Facebook, thank you so much. Thank you for connecting. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.